Right, everybody, welcome back to the latest Manchester United news. Now, in this video, we'll be talking about some interesting developments on the Victor Gyökeres situation. We'll be talking about some David Ornstein news and Mbuemo to Manchester United, Rasmus Højlund update, Ekitike, more on Gyökeres, Sancho to Napoli, Mateta, and much more. But the first thing I'm going to start off by talking about is the Jadon Sancho situation. Now, Napoli will formally approach Manchester United for Jadon Sancho if they believe a move is realistic and are in touch with his representatives over personal terms. However, it is understood that they will require him to reduce his salary. United would prefer a permanent deal, and the evaluation is around £25 million. Now, there's been some later developments. Napoli are progressing and talk to sign Dan Ndoye, with personal terms now being agreed. Jadon Sancho remains on the Napoli's list, but not at current salary/free conditions. Jadon Sancho is open to the move to Napoli, and Fabrizio has said Manchester United want a permanent transfer for Jadon Sancho and do not accept any loan proposals. Napoli only want Sancho on loan and don't want to sign him permanently this summer. All I can say on the Sancho situation is I'd want him to go. Again, you want a permanent deal. Now, the only club that's interested in doing that isn't any at the moment. Dortmund have had brief links, but they haven't developed in any of them. Chelsea, obviously, they don't want to sign him. And Napoli, let's see if they can sign him. It looks like they only want him on a loan deal. If we can get a permanent, it'd be fantastic. And it'd just be great money to the club. I think he has another year left on his deal. But getting Sancho out of the football club should be a huge priority for Manchester United, and something that I'd be looking to do ASAP. He's not a good enough player for me. Doesn't have the attitude, doesn't have the quality, and listen, £25 million, not ideal when you spend 75 on him, but it'd be good to get some sort of money for him. The next thing I want to talk about, Altay Bayındır. Altay Bayındır is offered to Turkish side Göztepe, who are sister club of Southampton. However, he's not keen to return. Now, in the goalkeeper situation, for me, I want Bayındır to go. I think as a second choice, he's just not good enough. And I think we need a better keeper that's going to give great competition to Onana. And that's all I can really say on that. Now, the next thing I want to talk about, Gyökeres. George Mendes has joined the Gyökeres case. George Mendes has joined the Gyökeres case. And David Ornstein on Gyökeres. It's part of Manchester United due diligence on that position, I'm sure, but I'm not aware of a striker being the next one through the door. That's more likely to be a Brian and Mbuemo if they can strike the deal. So listen, on the striker situation on Gyökeres, obviously George Mendes has got involved. This has excited a lot of United fans, to be fair. They're thinking that this deal could get done now. Obviously, Mendes has a good relationship with Manchester United. A few of his clients at Manchester United are at Manchester United. Lenny Yoro is one of them. I think Delo's one of them. We've obviously had previous contact. Obviously, Ronaldo as well was a huge George Mendes client as well. I don't think Bruno Fernandes is. But yeah, listen. Sorry, yeah, could George Mendes being involved in the Gyökeres negotiations put United in favour? I mean, it could have a part to play, but if we're being honest, the fact that he's got involved does kind of mean it's being serious. I mean, we can't eliminate Arsenal from the equation. They are heavily linked to Victor Gyökeres, and it's looking like they are more likely getting him than Manchester United. I think with George Mendes coming involved, a lot of people are reporting that. Could that be a good thing? I mean, we just have to wait and see. I think Gyökeres, David Ornstein has said on the striker situation, it will be very, very difficult. United focus on Mbuemo at the moment, which we do have an update, which we will give. He said Manchester United exploring doing the Brian and Mbuemo deal, and he wants to join them. There's a very good chance that the deal goes through or the deal happens, but they're not there yet. So that's from the Athletic podcast. So the deal for Mbuemo is close, but there's a very good chance the deal will happen, but nothing is confirmed yet. So listen, I think the thing that's going on, United are just in negotiations with Brentford at the moment to get the deal over the line. I think eventually it will happen, and then we can move on to talk about the Gyökeres, Osman, or even the striker situation in general. So we'll have to wait and see what develops with that. I think Manchester United know we need a striker. I think we know we need a striker. It's all about getting the right sort of striker in now. As I said, funds are going to be difficult. Again, it depends on whether Sancho, Anthony, Rashford, Garnacho will go, and I think they have to go so we can facilitate the striker move. But yeah, that's the latest on the striker situation. Now, the last thing I want to talk about, Rashford to Barca is coming up in reports again. Listen, we know Rashford's dream is Barcelona. I think he will eventually go there, but if Barcelona do sign Nico Williams, which is looking like they are going to do, where would Rashford fit into their sort of idea? And that's what you have to look at. He's not going to go to a team where he's not going to be playing. I think out of the Sancho, Rashford, Anthony, Garnacho, I think Rashford will go first, or is the most sellable. Then I think Garnacho, then Anthony, then Sancho. Like, Sancho is going to be a struggle to leave, as we talked about in the start. But listen, we'll have to wait and see what develops. But that has been the latest United news. Let me know your thoughts. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you are new. And let's see what develops. Hopefully we get that Mbuemo deal done. Sancho looks like sort of Sancho to Napoli we talked about that. See if that does happen. But yeah, we'll keep you up to date if anything does happen. I'm hoping we get some exit soon and we can focus on bringing some players in.